One new message. From Madison. My entire body froze. The preview appeared slowly across the screen. And what I read next made my blood run cold. Does your wife suspect us? The message stayed on the screen for maybe 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's all it took to destroy 8 years of my life. Does your wife suspect us? My hands went numb instantly. Not shaking. Not crying. Worse. That terrifying coldness your body feels when the truth finally becomes undeniable. The shower was still running upstairs. I could hear him moving around. Humming softly. Completely relaxed. While another woman texted my husband like they were a team. Us. That word kept echoing in my skull. Us. Not him. Not her. Us. I stared at the phone so long the screen dimmed. Then another text appeared. I can't keep sneaking around like this. My chest tightened so violently I thought I might throw up. And then the screen unlocked with Face ID. Because Ethan had forgotten one thing. His Apple Watch was upstairs charging. Which meant the phone was still trying to sync. And suddenly, I could see everything. If you've ever discovered a betrayal all at once instead of slowly, you know this feeling. It's not heartbreak at first. It's drowning. Because your brain physically cannot process how many lies you're seeing. Messages. Photos. Deleted chats. Late night calls. Hotel confirmations. Inside jokes. Memories. An entire relationship living secretly underneath mine. And the worst part? It wasn't new. It had been happening for 11 months. 11 months. I scrolled through texts with shaking fingers while the shower water thundered upstairs. Madison. She really believes you're working late? Ethan. She believes whatever I tell her. That sentence broke something in me permanently. Because suddenly every fight made sense. Every moment I apologized. Every time he made me feel unstable. He knew. He knew exactly what he was doing. Another message. Madison. I almost felt bad seeing her at Christmas. Ethan. Don't. She's emotionally dependent on me anyway. I stopped breathing. Emotionally dependent. Like I was some pathetic little pet. Some weak thing he controlled. And maybe the sickest part? He wasn't completely wrong. Because despite everything, despite the lies and manipulation and humiliation, part of me still wanted him to come downstairs and tell me there was an explanation. That's what emotional abuse does. It makes betrayal feel survivable, but abandonment feel fatal. Then I found the photos. God. The photos. Selfies in hotel mirrors. Her laying on his chest. Videos at restaurants. One video made me physically cover my mouth to stop myself from screaming. Madison was filming him laughing while he held up a wine glass. Say hi to your fake business trip, she teased. And Ethan smiled directly into the camera. I deserve an Oscar. I almost collapsed. Because I remembered that trip. I remembered crying alone in our kitchen because I missed him. I remembered him FaceTiming me from the hotel pretending to be exhausted from meetings. All while she was there. Watching. Listening. Laughing. I felt stupid. Not normal stupid. Soul-crushing stupid. Like my entire reality had been performed for me. Then I heard the shower turn off upstairs. Panic exploded through me instantly. I locked the phone and threw it onto the counter just as footsteps started moving upstairs. My heart was slamming so hard I thought I'd faint. Think. 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 I grabbed a glass from the cabinet and filled it with water. Act normal. Act normal. Act normal. Ethan walked into the kitchen drying his hair with a towel. And smiled at me. Smiled. Couldn't sleep? I looked at this man. This stranger. And realized something horrifying. I no longer knew what was real. His smile. His touch. His voice. All of it suddenly looked rehearsed. I forced myself to speak. Your phone was buzzing. His eyes flicked toward the counter instantly. Tiny movement. But I caught it. Fear. Just for half a second. Then calm again. Oh yeah? Madison texted. Silence. His expression didn't change. That scared me more than panic would've. What did she say? My throat tightened. She asked if I suspect you. Nothing. No guilt. No denial. Just quiet calculation behind his eyes. Then he slowly set the towel down. And said the most chilling sentence I've ever heard. How much did you read? Not. What are you talking about? Not. It's not what you think. Just. How much did you read? Because he already knew he was caught. The next 30 seconds changed my life forever. I started crying before I could stop myself. Not graceful crying. Humiliating crying. Ugly shaking tears. How long? I whispered. Ethan leaned against the counter calmly. Lower your voice. That almost made me black out from rage. How long? Jesus Christ, Ava. How long have you been sleeping with her? He rubbed his forehead like I was giving him a headache. Can you stop screaming? Stop screaming. My husband had another relationship for almost a year. And I was the problem because my voice got loud. I remember grabbing the edge of the counter so hard my nails hurt. You lied to me every single day. It wasn't that simple. I laughed. Actually laughed. Because cheaters always say that. It wasn't that simple. As if betrayal becomes poetic if you phrase it carefully enough. She's been around for months, I said. You let me meet her. He looked away. Huge mistake. Because that tiny flicker of shame? That was the first honest emotion I'd seen from him in months. And suddenly all the pain turned into anger. Pure rage. You let me shake her hand. Ava. You brought her around me. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. I slammed my hand against the counter so hard the glass shattered beside me. He flinched. Finally. Good. For the first time all night. He looked nervous. The fight lasted 3 hours. 3 brutal, soul-destroying hours. And somehow, he still kept manipulating me. That's the insane part. Even caught red-handed with evidence everywhere. He still tried to make me question myself. You've been distant too. I felt alone in this marriage. You stopped appreciating me. Madison actually listens. Every sentence felt like a knife. Because buried inside every excuse was blame. My blame. And the worst moment? Was when I asked the question I already knew would kill me. Do you love her? Silence. Just silence. And sometimes silence hurts worse than words. I felt my stomach physically drop. Oh my God. Ava. You love her. I didn't say that. You didn't deny it. He closed his eyes briefly. That was enough. That tiny pause ended my marriage more than the cheating did. Because affairs happen. People betray each other every day. But realizing someone stopped loving you months ago while pretending everything was normal? That kind of pain rewires your brain. At 4:47 a.m., he left. Not dramatically. No screaming. No apologies. He just grabbed a duffel bag and said, "We both need space." Then walked out the front door. Just like that. 8 years reduced to a quiet click of a closing door. And the silence afterward? I can still hear it. I sat on the kitchen floor until sunrise, surrounded by broken glass and memories. Then my phone started exploding. Texts. Calls. Notifications. Unknown numbers. I stared at the screen in confusion. And then I saw why. Madison had posted a photo. Publicly. A black and white mirror selfie of her and Ethan together. His face partially hidden. But recognizable. Very recognizable. Caption. Some love stories begin in the dark. My blood went cold. Comments flooded instantly. Coworkers. Mutual friends. People tagging each other. People recognizing him. One comment destroyed me completely. Wait, isn't he married? Madison liked the comment. Liked it. My hand started shaking violently again. This wasn't just cheating anymore. This was humiliation. Public humiliation. And suddenly my phone started ringing. My sister. Then my mom. Then my best friend Claire. Missed calls stacked on my screen one after another. I couldn't answer. I physically couldn't speak. Then another notification appeared. Instagram DM from someone I didn't know. You deserve to know the truth. Attached. A photo of Ethan and Madison kissing outside a restaurant. Timestamped 4 months earlier. I started hyperventilating instantly. More messages came. I'm so sorry. He told everyone you two were separating. I thought you knew. Thought you knew. Thought you knew. Thought you knew. Those words kept hitting me like bullets. People knew. Other people knew before I did. I felt socially naked. Like the whole world had been watching my marriage collapse while I smiled like an idiot. Around noon, Ethan finally texted me. Not a call. A text. Ethan. Can we please handle this privately? Ethan. Madison posting that wasn't planned. Ethan. You know social media twists everything. Ethan. I never wanted to hurt you. Ethan. Please don't make this uglier than it already is. What is this? I stared at those messages in disbelief. No apology. No accountability. Just damage control. And somehow, that hurt more than the cheating. Because even now, he cared more about appearances than my pain. I finally replied. Me. You destroyed my life. Me. And you're worried about optics. Me. Did you laugh at me together? Me. Was I just the pathetic wife keeping your house warm while you played boyfriend somewhere else? Me. Tell me the truth for once. What is this? He didn't answer. Instead, he called. I let it ring 6 times before picking up. Silence on the line. Then his voice. Soft. Controlled. Manipulative. I need you to calm down. That sentence almost made me throw my phone. Calm down? I'm serious, Ava. You cheated on me for almost a year. I said I'm sorry. No, you didn't. Silence. Then a sigh. I'm trying to. Trying. Trying. Like honesty required effort. You publicly humiliated me. I didn't tell her to post that. But you stayed with her. No response. And suddenly I heard her voice faintly in the background. Madison. Laughing. Laughing while I was falling apart. Something snapped inside me. Are you with her right now? Silence again. Too much silence. Then, Ava. I hung up instantly. And screamed. Actually screamed into my empty house until my throat burned. Because nothing destroys a person faster than realizing the other woman gets comfort while you get trauma. The next few days became psychological warfare. Ethan stopped coming home. But somehow he was everywhere. Mutual friends stopped replying to me. Coworkers unfollowed me quietly. One woman from his office accidentally sent me a message meant for someone else. Ashley. Honestly, I thought Ava would figure it out sooner. What is this? Then immediately. OMG, wrong person. I stared at that screen for almost 10 minutes. Figure it out sooner. Like I was the embarrassing clueless wife in some office joke. I stopped eating after that. Stopped sleeping too. I became obsessed with checking social media. Checking Madison's accounts. Checking Ethan's activity. Watching them slowly become public. Restaurants. Bars. Inside jokes and captions. One night Madison posted a photo wearing Ethan's hoodie. My hoodie. I bought him that hoodie for Christmas. I remember because he cried when he opened it. Cried. Or pretended to. I didn't know anymore. Nothing felt real anymore. Then came the second devastating event. The bank notification. I was sitting on the couch at 1 a.m. doom scrolling through old photos when an email popped up. Large withdrawal notice. My stomach dropped instantly. Joint savings account. I logged in. And froze. Almost $40,000 was gone. Gone. My hand started trembling so badly I could barely type. I called Ethan immediately. Straight to voicemail. Again. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. Panic exploded through my chest. I texted him over and over. Where is our money? Answer me. Ethan. What did you do? Finally he responded 30 minutes later. Cold. Detached. We need to discuss asset separation. I felt physically sick. Asset separation. Not marriage. Not heartbreak. Assets. Like our entire life together was now a business transaction. I called him again. This time he answered. What the hell is wrong with you? I screamed. Lower your voice. There's $40,000 missing. I moved funds. Without telling me? It's legally marital money. I trusted you. You still do, he said quietly. That sentence chilled me instantly. Because he sounded so sure. So confident. Like he still understood me better than I understood myself. And maybe he did. Because despite everything, part of me still hoped he'd come home. That's the most humiliating truth of all. Then came the third event. The one that finally made fear overpower heartbreak. 3 nights later, I got home after staying at Claire's apartment. The house felt wrong. Not messy. Not broken into. Just wrong. Like someone had been inside. I checked every room carefully. Nothing missing. Until I reached the bedroom. And saw the closet. Half his clothes were gone. Not surprising. What terrified me was what he left behind. My framed wedding photo. Face down on the floor. Glass cracked directly over my face. I stopped breathing. Slowly, I picked it up. And underneath the frame was a sticky note in Ethan's handwriting. We need to stop hurting each other. I felt ice crawl through my body. Because suddenly I understood something horrifying. This wasn't guilt. This wasn't regret. This was strategy. Everything he did was controlled. Calculated. Even his kindness. Even his silence. Even his apologies. And then my phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I answered carefully. Hello? A woman whispered on the other end. You should check your email. Then she hung up. My heart slammed violently. I opened my inbox with shaking hands. One new message. No subject line. Just an attachment. I downloaded it slowly. And froze. It was a PDF. A lease agreement. For an apartment downtown. Signed 6 months ago. By Ethan. And Madison. 6 months. While he still came home every night kissing my forehead pretending to love me. That's when it finally hit me. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't an affair that got out of control. He had been planning an exit the entire time. Carefully. Quietly. Patiently. And suddenly every argument. Every manipulation. Every moment he made me feel unstable. Made perfect sense. He wasn't trying to save our marriage. He was trying to survive exposure until his new life was ready. I sat there staring at the lease agreement while my whole body shook. And then I realized the most terrifying part of all. He didn't react, because he already had a plan. I didn't sleep that night. Not even for a minute. I sat on the bedroom floor clutching the apartment lease while the sky outside slowly turned gray. 6 months. 6 entire months he'd been building another life behind my back. A second apartment. A second relationship. A second version of himself. And somehow, I was still sitting in the ruins wondering what I did wrong. That's the terrifying thing about psychological manipulation. Even after betrayal becomes undeniable, you still search for ways to blame yourself. My phone buzzed again at 5:14 a.m. Unknown number. I almost ignored it. Almost. But something inside me already knew my life was about to get worse. I answered carefully. Hello? Heavy breathing. Then a woman's voice whispered. He told